I was thinking of Gil Skills today because, on his post he was showing he's got an Apple iPhone. I guess he dropped a piece of metal on it and it broke, similar to this one right here. This one's really heavily damaged. So I just plugged it in and see if it, just for poops and giggles. See if it will activate. So far, nothing. But you never know, I don't even see a battery symbol. All right, well, let's take a walk outside here. I like showing the ground. Because showing the background seems to be too distracting for many viewers. You get a whole bunch of whatabouts. So in order to avoid the whatabouts, we just show the ground, which is so... Anyway, this has been sitting for a little while. So I sprayed some, I don't know, Rusty. I'll just call it Rusty. I don't even know what it was. Some PB blaster or something on the brake calipers. And I was thinking of hooking it up to my truck here and at least pulling it out a little bit. Lately, I've been watching a lot of videos where people going on these barn finds and field finds. Finding cars that have been sitting forever out in a field somewhere, or even in somebody's driveway or garage, and they get them running. Well, obviously, they do an unbelievable amount of editing to the video because they don't show the struggle. Nobody wants to show the struggle because the struggle is what I call the poverty. That's why their channels are so successful and yours isn't. Oh, effing well. Too bad, so sad. If I figured I could live off of YouTube, then I would have made an effort. That way, I would have been schooled and knowledged in that. But you could watch all these videos and they show you how to... so many of them are so full of chat and buy my book and buy my video and... Nah, it's too much of a gamble. I'm not a gambler. Anyway, there's very limited places to lift this type of vehicle. Go look on YouTube at lifting points for a Ford Mustang. See how I take care of all the commenters? I already have the comment already ready to go. Well, there's we don't want to lift from the muffler because that's probably not wise, which I only put 1 or 2 cranks on the muffler, so that's not enough to disturb it. And if it is, then the muffler is shot anyway, which it doesn't appear to be. And the amount of pressure I put on it just now, in my years of automotive experience, is not that much pressure. Well, I'm gonna have to find a screwdriver or something. You need another part of the handle there so you can grab out the blah, 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 blah. Oh, you don't want to listen anyway, do you, King? Ooh, it's not that. It's not that at all. It's just that I already have a way. I have a highly established way of doing just about everything. That long predates YouTube. I don't know if I could lift it from some point here on the car. I kind of don't like laying on the ground around here because there's a couple of foxes running around here and some raccoons, possums, there's a couple of beavers. I'm not really a wildlife person. I don't trust wildlife. Even domestic animals, like Gil Skills got bit. He got bit on the face or on the nose, and he needed surgery or something like that. He's got like these huskies. Which I'm already scared to be around something like that. Because it's like, I don't know, there's something about them. They seem scary. Only if you don't raise it right. Well, it's an animal, so, you know, you just never know. I'm going to try lifting it from that area, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe I could try, I don't know. I did crawl under here and I looked around. I was going to tie this chain to something, but everything under this Mustang, structural wise, not because it's rusted, because you'll see underneath. It's not rusted really hardly at all too bad. It just doesn't look like it's strong. You know, for like a good pull. I could raise it up. I could hook the chain to around that wheel, but that would be kind of not 100% productive because it would be, well, it might start turning. I have to put it in neutral anyway. I don't know. I'm confused. I'll figure this out. King, you know, I can see in the comments, it's been sitting there for, you know, X amount of time or whatever. It'll sit there for another X amount of time. Okay, well, it's my car to do what I please, right? I'm not working for somebody or on somebody else's effing schedule, right? I ain't on nobody's schedule. Trying to figure this out here. Like I just like up and made or decided to make a video and people are like they're swiping through, clicking, swiping through, and they see it's just more of nothing, and then, you know, ditch the video, and then they hit the do not recommend channel. That keeps it from growing right there. Hitting the dislike button. You know, I don't know why YouTube stopped the counting of the dislike button. The like button gets still gets the counts, but the dislike button doesn't get any counts. Like, why? Because it's bullying. No, it ain't. It's go around watching YouTube videos and hit the dislike button. I ain't even watched the video. I just hit dislike. There's no point in it really because it doesn't count. You know, I don't like is the sub count. Like, I see some channels don't have a subscriber count. If I could figure out how to get rid of the subscriber count, I would do that. Because my channel hasn't grown at all. And the sub count, and then when you look at the about page and you see that it hasn't grown, it right there, that makes people jaded. And they are like, yeah, this guy, oh wow, this guy's got 10,000 videos, he must really suck. Yes, I do. Because, all these other YouTube videos, when it comes to cars, they got all this production going. They got, like, intro with, like, flames and, a car jumping and, I don't know. A shiny, Ferrari. Hoovie's Garage, I just bought the cheapest Mercedes in the United States. That's an impossible claim. Like, how do you know? Like, did you actually put that much research checking every registration record? Actually, in Illinois, the cheapest you could get a car for is free, and it costs $405 at the minimum to register it. Transferring the title, putting plates on it, and paying the minimum sales tax. Like even if you buy a private party car, the minimum sales tax is $100 now, up from $15. So if it's an old car, it's $100. But last time I was at the DMV, I forgot to ask the lady working there, what's the high tax? Because the tax increases with each year. So after 11 years, it's $100. But every year newer from 11 years, the tax goes up. I think the highest tax is like $2,500 or something like that. Like if you buy a 2023, it's like $2,500. And then you have to register it. So out the door with a 2023, if you got one from somebody for free, you're looking at $3,000 minimum cost for a free. Like, say granddad gave you a 2023 Mustang, it's going to cost you $3,000 at the DMV just to title and register it. Which, that's crazy. Seems like over the past 25 years, the government has gone whole hog wild on charging you for a car. Like in England, I don't think it's that way anymore, like recently. I think up until like not that long ago, auto shops, like a repair shop or an auto parts store, could sell you a license plate. That is so quaint. I can't even imagine like the shenanigans that would happen here if that was even like remotely possible. People would be getting away with all kinds of crap. I am so freaking out of shape. It's unbelievable. That's like the biggest reason why everything is like in such a shambles everywhere. With me, because I am so out of shape. Even though I work like 14 hours a day, it looks like I got about 5 hours worth of work done. That's because you're eating all the McDonald's. Oh, okay. Now, that's because I'm blaming it on something else, which is true. I'm sitting in this freaking truck, or the other truck, and because the wife don't have a car, I have to drive her to work, and I come back to the compound or whatever I am, so that's 2 hours right there. And then I gotta go drive back there and pick her up and then take her back home, which there goes 2 more hours. So that's 4 hours out of the day of sitting, okay? I am not used to sitting for 4 hours a day doing nothing. So, yep, I'm blaming the situation. I'm not blaming somebody. I'm just blaming because, well, you could truck drivers sit for it. Yeah, you should see some of these truck drivers. They're like, they get out of the rig and they look like Quasimodo. Or the Hunchback of Notre Dame, all bent over, and their bodies look like gigantic stomachs. Hunchback of Notre Dame, King, not Dame. Now, my parents were rabid fans of Notre Dame football in Indiana from South Bend, so we grew up calling it that. We didn't grow up calling it Notre Dame. See, it's not really rusty under here. It's in pretty good shape. So for a hot second, I put the chain in that hole right there, but I'm like, that steel is probably not strong enough. It'll end up tearing. And I'm looking at the rear axle, wrapping the chain around that, but then you got a sway bar, and I don't know what you call that thing. I don't know what you call that steel part up there. Maybe some kind of like control bar or something. I don't know. That's a sway bar, I know that. I don't know the name. You know what? I don't know the names of car parts. I just know they exist. And I end up calling it like, oh, it's a heavy chunk of steel. It's well, that part right there has got some flaky rust, but I tapped on it with a screwdriver and it's rock solid. So if I fix this thing up, I would get underneath it and knock off flaky rust and stuff like that. But we'll see what happens here. I think I'm gonna need like a block of wood or something for the rise of this jack. It's not gonna be very effective. So yeah, get people to help you push the car. Okay, well, all my kids have jobs making $30 freaking an hour. That's pretty good, for not having a skill or whatever. I'd say it's pretty good, but all those jobs they're pretty physical. So, like I tell them, I go, as far as the company is concerned, you're just a machine. You're a newer machine, I'm an older machine. And when the newer machine starts to break down and wear out and become an older machine, they just find 10,000 reasons to get rid of you. They don't care. You're just a machine. I go, so you need to find, while you're working there, you need to actively look for something that pays more and might require a skill or something. Because otherwise you're gonna be screwed and tattooed just like Dad. Well, not everybody can have a blueberry farm, okay?